Hey there, friends. In our continuing coverage of the Trump assassination attempt, I want to point out some glaring things that, to me, just don't add up again. These are a little bit simpler, but you kind of got to go back in time a little bit to pull up some of this video, and that's what we did. Don't trust an insurance company with your self-defense, guys. These guys are the ultimate self-defense program offered by a law firm. This is literally on the front page of their website. These guys are going to cover you whether you are charged or convicted of a criminal act, take a plea deal, use an illegal weapon or firearm, hope you're not. They provide coverage in all 50 states, have a 24/7 emergency line. 100% of your criminal and civil defense fees are covered through trial. If you go there now and sign up, you will get $50 off your one-time sign-up fee. That's $50 off the $100 sign-up fee. Go there now, use my code FTATF. Again, that's attorneysonretainer.us. You guys will remember our beloved Betty Crocker, who cowered down and hid to the left of Trump while the Secret Service agents were trying to prepare him to get him up and move him over to the safer van, right? She's mostly recognized by the scared look on her face, but also by that weird lumbering gait of hers as she walks behind the crowd and then attempts to unholster her gun and then really attempts to reholster the gun a couple of times before she's actually successful at doing that. Our beloved Betty Crocker, there she is. You guys may or may not notice on a video I played yesterday that the girl in the gray shirt and the tan pants looks like the point person in this video giving direction, and that is our beloved Betty Crocker. This is the Secret Service crew that was assigned to go scope out the Butler Fairgrounds in preparation for security detail when President Trump came during the actual visit. This is a few days prior to the actual rally where Trump was shot. Now, we've heard several reports where they talked about the reason why, and this is their reason, not mine, the reason why Trump had such an inexperienced hodgepodge detail, because now they're saying some Department of Homeland Security personnel who were not Secret Service, even though they fall under that same umbrella, they were not actual Secret Service members. They were part of this security detail. In fact, most of them were. So we didn't have a majority Secret Service group here. We had a Secret Service led group, but the majority were not Secret Service. This person, Betty Crocker, obviously is one of their supervisors, one of their leading people, obviously a token DEI hire. It might not seem suspect that, okay, well, if she was Kim Cheadle's lead person, favored person, but if that was her lead person, okay, it makes sense that she's out there. Well, it doesn't make sense. Since we have heard that Jill Biden was in Pittsburgh on this same day for some, it wasn't anything like this, right? I can understand if you had Trump in Pennsylvania and you had Jill Biden in Pennsylvania on the same day, both requiring that. Of course, one's the first lady, not that she's more popular, but I understand that her husband at the time was president. Why would you, in days advance of something like this, send your F team, like Betty Crocker here, and not your A team to scout this area out and make a logistical plan where to put your security and what places to fortify? Because at this point, we can only assume that Betty Crocker is the one responsible for not covering up that building. And this is with the assumption that this was just a failed operation, right? Understand what I'm saying? Read between those lines. If Betty Crocker was the point person on setting all this up, then she was the one who failed to have that building covered. But let me explain this to you. Yes, both of their visits, Joe Biden's and Donald Trump's, were on the same day. Did their visits to the future locations have to be on the same day? In other words, are you seriously going to tell me that your A-team Secret Service person just happened to be and chose that same day that Betty Crocker was going to the Butler Fairgrounds, that person was also going to Pittsburgh? You couldn't have sent your A-team Secret Service personnel the day before Betty Crocker's visit or the day after. Instead, you sent Betty Crocker. So if the excuse is, oh, well, we had Jill Biden over here, that doesn't fly with me, because the Secret Service can't be that busy where you couldn't have scheduled a day prior, a day later, or any time during that week to send your A-team person out there instead of Betty Crocker. Clearly, Betty Crocker is in some type of authority position with the Secret Service. Kim Cheadle will be talking about some of her misassignments and missteps in this whole operation today. I'm hoping to carry that live right here on my channel, but obviously this falls at her feet. She's trying to duck and dodge and act like she had no responsibility. And again, we're assuming this was a failed operation or a bungled operation. We still don't know what happened here. We still don't know who was in charge, and we still don't know what the ultimate goal was of this whole operation.
God save the Queen, man.
I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
It's over.